guys, Andy's Dinosaur Reviews. Welcome back today, and today we are going to review another random, I don't know what you would call it. I don't know if you could consider it a bootleg. Actually, I guess it's kind of a new sculpt, but anyway, it is this little creature. According to the eBay listing that I bought it from, is a Carcharodontosaurus. But in my opinion, it is quite obviously the Indominus Rex in disguise. Now, I don't know exactly the story behind this sculpt. At first when I saw this, I thought for sure that it was just a knockoff of the Jurassic World Blu-ray gift set where they gave you an Indominus Rex model, but it is definitely not, as I have that one right here. You can see there are similarities to the model. Specifically, the feet are posed the same way and the hand is posed the same way, but the hand on the other side here is in a forward position, whereas this one is in a backwards position. This one's head is turned toward you, this one's head is turned toward you, but not quite as much. And the tails also are not positioned the same way. As you can see, the actual Jurassic World Indominus has a very curved tail. This one has more of a wavy tail. They curve in the same direction, but they are not exactly the same. I don't know if this was one of those moments where maybe they got that sculpt and just kind of messed with it a little bit and repositioned it around a little to make it not exactly the same. But I mean, really looking at it, even the jawline of them, they're not really exactly the same. They're similar, but they're definitely different at the same time. So yeah, I don't know exactly where this one came from. I don't know if any of you out there might have a clue as to where this actually, where the sculpt came from, or if this is just a brand new sculpt that some Chinese company has come up with, because I can't really get any background as to who really makes this. One I bought it from claimed it was Floz or Flaws. I don't know exactly how they say that, but I've seen this up for sale on a bunch of different places on eBay, and they're all either claiming it's a different company or they don't have a company at all that makes it. So yeah, I have no idea. The background of this is just a mystery. I kind of feel like it was probably a bootleg or a knockoff of some kind, but I don't know that for sure because I haven't seen anything that also looks like this. I don't know why though they would come up with a sculpt for an Indominus Rex and then disguise it as a Carcharodontosaurus. It's just very confusing to me. But yeah, regardless, I guess let's take a nice closer look at this. The paint is actually half decent on it. It's not terrible, but it's not super nicely done. It really doesn't look bad. There's all different color variations all throughout the body. The majority is a greenish color. But you can see here on the legs, there's like a reddish with some black stripes. There are also very lightly, you can see there's some black stripes on the actual body, on the arms and stuff. The head also has this orangish color to its head. Nice red eyes. The teeth are a fairly decent color. They're like a grayish color, so it's a plus that they're not pure white. The mouth itself is different shades actually. There's like a reddish tongue, and then the rest of the mouth is a purplish color. The underside has some yellow type color on it, but it's very sloppily applied. The underside is that part itself looks pretty amateurishly applied. Maybe they just didn't care. I don't really know exactly the story behind that, because the rest of the paint job looks half decent, except for under here. I feel like the actual lower jaw and into the throat was kind of sloppily done. I don't know why when the rest of the paint job is really actually pretty nice. Even the feet look half decent. As far as the detail that they've done, or somebody has done on this sculpt, it actually looks really, really nice. There is just tons and tons and tons of scales and all sorts of bumps and things all over this thing that really make it look pretty good for what it is. Definitely is a very nice rendition of the Indominus Rex. If you are any good at repainting and giving this the actual color that it should be, I think this would make an absolutely beautiful Indominus Rex model. As you can see down here on the arms, they did include the feathers on the arms, which is a very nice touch. The hands, I don't know why this one finger here kind of looks like he's flipping me off, but his one finger is up in an upward position. I don't know if it just bowed that way or if it's supposed to be that way. That actual finger sticking up is kind of strange to me, but it's not a huge deal. Like I said, nicely done sculpt work the whole way through the body. The paint job itself, aside from the underbelly, does look half decent. The teeth maybe aren't beautifully painted, but they're not terribly painted either, so they look okay. The eyes itself, one thing that these Chinese bootleg companies usually do with their eyes is they just slop paint on them. They normally don't look that good. This eye doesn't look bad at all. On both sides, it doesn't look half bad. It's not perfect, but it's really quite good. So yeah, overall, it's not a Carcharodontosaurus, but it does not look bad whatsoever. I really think it looks quite nice. Another interesting aspect of this is the size, because it's actually pretty big. It's a decent size. It is right at pretty much on the dot of 12 inches, so it's on the dot of a foot. Height-wise, it's not huge. You're looking at around the 4-inch range, maybe a little bit over. But yeah, it's a pretty big figure. Definitely not small. So as far as an Indominus Rex figure goes, I think that a nice repaint would make this thing look absolutely fantastic. Overall, even the color scheme that they went with, I really feel like is pretty nice. I do like the look of it. I think that it's actually a half-decent figure. The only thing I can say is, with Chinese companies like this, I don't know exactly where they get their paint from, and I've mentioned this in other videos, but I've heard numerous times that the paint that they use in these models is actually from hazardous materials. So if you do get any of these figures, definitely make sure you wash your hands after handling them. I don't know exactly what the effects are from the paint, if there are any at all, but what I've heard is you can get sick, and the last thing you need is maybe buying this for a kid and the kid starts to gnaw on it, because some kids put some strange things in their mouths, get some of those chemicals inside their body. It won't make for a very good situation. But as long as you're buying it and you know it well enough not to do that, and you can wash your hands, I feel like this is a pretty decent rendition of an Indominus Rex. Not super high quality, but definitely not bad at all. Like I said, even for the color scheme that it's in, it doesn't look bad. It looks pretty good. And the paint, aside from the underbelly, was fairly well done. The underbelly's just a little sloppy, but overall I think it looks pretty decent. It's not a Carcharodontosaurus, regardless of what they advertise it as. It's definitely an Indominus Rex. But yeah, I mean, not bad at all. I'll link you guys in the description as to where you can purchase this, and please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.